Okay, so after grinding and picking up all the parts I wanted from all the Reploids that were around the entire stupid game, I finally decide to go into Gates Fortress. I wouldn't realize it by looking at this, but Gates Laboratory is underneath all that rubble. And we have to go inside through this great big hole that wasn't there before. But anyway, this is why you need the frickin' jumper part to get through the damn fortress. This is the opening level of the fortress, and God, spikes and jumps and everything, and damn it. Ugh. You know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go back with Zero. At least he can cling to the ceiling and... Well... At least I didn't die as much. So, ultimately decided to come back here with the blade armor instead. Because... with Ultimate Armor X, some of his ultimateness is actually a bit of a liability. Specifically, if you accidentally try the Nova Strike near these stupid walls. And this is the opening of the fortress, mind you. The first frickin' level. Spike walls that you have to climb. Now, I admit, you could probably come here with the Shadow Armor, since it's completely invulnerable to spikes. But then, the Shadow Armor isn't really good at doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Because... especially when you're trying to fight that boss, it's really good to have that boss's weakness, the metal anchor. So... I need to be able to use that on it, otherwise everything else is completely ineffective, especially when it's only weak for so long during the phase that it's actually trying to attack you. But whatever. That's... I swear. I'm only gonna do this one stage, mind you. I'm not gonna do the entire fortress in this one video because... Jesus. It's so long and tedious and full of hatred-filled levels of killing death and destruction. I mean, you saw that gauntlet I just went through, right? Ice lasers, gun mechs, all sorts of things all over the place. This is just the first level. You saw ice, you just saw magma, there's gonna be more magma here in a second. See? That stuff kills you instantaneously. And they've got wolf, Reploids, and slowdown issues. And all that bad stuff. And this part up ahead is completely stupid. ice, spikes, and magma. Are they nuts? Oh, also, half a screen to work around with. You can barely see anything that's above you. You kind of have to make leaps of faith in order to know if you're trying to get anywhere. Or you can wait until it pans down to the very bottom of the damn screen, but by which time you have very little time to jump away from the rising magma. God damn you, Gate. Your fortress, your laboratory, or whatever you call it. I call it a fortress because that seems to be the usual name for them. At least from what I know. On that note, in relation to my rants for the Megaman series, I should mention most of what I rant about is somewhat parroting Megaman homepages, Mega Musings part, where I think the owner of the site is Miranda Paw or something. Whatever the case, it does. He, she, they, it, whatever. The owner of the site does a bunch of musings there on the Mega Man series and the plot holes and plot problems and game problems as part of the game series. And I freely admit that I'm kind of parroting all of what that site's owner says in those musings. Which, you know, not probably the smartest thing ever, but in honesty, they make some damn good points. And I've also looked at the Mega Man wiki to see which of these points have been corrected or contradicted or whatever. And I know there are some things, but honestly, it's a wiki. Whether it contradicts it or not, can you trust it to be completely factual? I know the wiki itself sort of cites sources from these books on Mega Man Universe or something like that, but I don't have those books. I don't care to look at those books, and I don't see why I should have to obtain information from these books or whatever in order to tell me stuff that isn't addressed in the video games, if the video games can't address these points themselves. And here's that bastard gate and a long-ass cutscene that I didn't bother to cut down because of, I don't know, time wasting. All it is Gate ranting about how awesome he is and the Reploids should be blah 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 blah. Another thing I question, I don't know what Cygnus was trying to say a moment ago, but why can't there be an ideal world for just Reploids? I mean, a world where there's just robots, that can't be much of a worse thing than what we've got now, especially considering humans barely participate in the Maverick Wars at all, if ever. All there was Dr. Kane, and he was the idiot who started all of this anyway. Back on that whole Mega Master Musings part, I'll put a link in the description for this video to show you where all these musings are listed. Some of them are fine, some of them make some good points, others I don't care about. But there are some things in those musings to be very considerate of in terms of the Mega Man series, I guess. I don't know. Oh god, the DNA piece of shit. robots don't have DNA! That's just a broken circuit box or something. Mind you, it glows as if it were possessed by the devil, but it's still a box. Also, if that's a piece of Zero, and a significant enough piece of Zero that Gate can obtain DNA from it, not that I believe you could obtain DNA from robots. How is Zero still functioning without that part? Is that like the part that contained the virus or something? I kind of wonder, since it's never brought up again, and that thing seemed to drive Gate as mad as a balloon. Where did that phrase come from, mad as a balloon? Whatever. Yeah. Enough for now. Let's just give up, Gate. I'll kill you next time.